Jazz spends a lot of her time in her room, binge watching TV, eating whatever she wants, and has been gaining weight as a result.
I'm a very, very hungry girl. Anywhere there's a bunch of food, I'm gonna pick out, and it's the best thing ever.
All right, so I did react to this before, at least this part of it, with Jazz being a very, very hungry girl because of the anxieties and everything else. And we know what ended up happening to Jazz. It's not just really anxiety. We always talk about it. There's a lot that goes into this with the metabolic instability that Jazz is going through. So anyway, but I wanted to react to a little bit more in this clip where Jazz's trans friend comes and they kind of commiserate a little bit about what's going on with Jazz. And, you know, this was before Jazz had bottom surgery. So we'll get into that, okay? All right, so let's just go ahead and start watching.
Anywhere there's a bunch of food, I'm gonna pick out, and it's the best thing ever.
Is this food that's been eaten just like garbage, or is it food that you're still eating? This is disgusting, Jazz.
So like but for real, let me, because this part always just gives me a problem, because that is disgusting. Like, why is it in the room like that in the drawer? You know, I would have been so annoyed. Like, come on, like I'm trying to keep my house clean, and here you are with all of this food everywhere. Like, this is just nasty to me. It really is. It's not normal. It just is not normal, you know, but let's move on. And of course, Jeanette is going to say something
The food, it's like a hoarder. It's like garbage hoarder. I'm speechless. I really don't even know what to say.
If I look at my body in the mirror, I could clearly see that I've gained weight and I'm not really happy with that image. However, I love food so much. It makes me feel comfortable and safe and happy.
Yeah, so even that part, I just want you guys to hear it again, because I can't even remember which episode it was, but you know, the food makes Jazz feel safe, happy, comfortable. It's self-indulging, you know, it's answering to the flesh. And yeah, that's cool for the moment, but the more and more you do it, the worse you can get. All right, so we'll move on. Of course, Dad has, now this part I don't think I went into in the other video, because, you know, Dad always has a little something to say, nothing worth it, but hey, he's there, whatever.
And maybe it's a combination of both.
On top of that, she's not super disciplined about working out, and that's important. I think that's a sign of maturity.
I don't want to.
Why would Jazz be super disciplined about anything? Y'all have allowed this person to, again, do whatever they want to do. Just go along to get along with Jazz. Remember, the depression is always looming. So we're always concerned, oh my goodness, something's going to happen to Jazz. So where's this person going to learn discipline? Honestly, like, where are they going to learn discipline? It doesn't add up that they're even having a problem with it. Like, this is what y'all have created. I mean, you know, own it, right? So let's go into the friend coming over. And guys, please don't forget to hit the like button for me. Thank you so much, guys. All right.
On her life.
Oh, I know. I'm excited to hear about it. Skylar is one of my friends who also happens to be transgender. They're here. We've been close for the past few years.
Oh my God, your hair.
And she's always been there for me.
I wonder how long, when you look at Skylar, if Skylar was on the blocking situation at a young age, because it doesn't appear that way.
And she's always been there for me.
Hello. Hey, look at you. You're like the blonde. Oh my God.
Skylar.
A bunch of Munchausen mothers. Let's just stop for a second. You know, let's take a look at this mom here. So excited. Like, yeah, we're going to go hang out with Jazz. You know, Skylar's so important. Mom probably didn't feel like she was getting enough attention at home. Now all of a sudden there's a trans kid. There's a lot of that. And we have to be real about that. This isn't something that's happening so natural, okay? There's a push. These mothers really kind of push these kids to this limit. I would think so. You know, not even I would think so. It's known, like, it's usually the mom's taking the reins of this. It really is. And then the father is definitely not a dominant figure in the life of the child, because a dominant father is going to do everything to stop this from happening. I've spoken to fathers who are in this position where they're fighting for their children, Jeff Younger being one of them. And I mean, fighting hard. This mother wants to chemically castrate these kids it's like it is her purpose for existence. It is terrible.
Already got the bottom surgery.
She really should model.
Yeah, you should. She's still the same Skylar, but she just seems to be more lifted by being comfortable in her body. Do you want to like get food or something? Cause
Oh my God, I'm starving.
I'm honestly so eager to talk to Skylar. You ready for me to drive?
Oh my God.
I don't think you are ready. I'm gonna be interrogating this girl, asking her how her surgery went, what happened, what was everything like. I just want to know everything.
And I still don't think that Jazz ends up knowing everything because everybody gaslights each other on these shows. They're never going to tell you everything.
Please don't kill us.
So you lost a lot of weight.
Well,
Just kidding.
I lost.
And look, that's of course what she notices first because Jazz is completely uncomfortable in her body. But you know what? That is actually a normal thing. You know, when you're uncomfortable in your body, you're going to notice that in somebody else.
Like, I'd say like 10 or 12 pounds.
Hopefully I'll lose weight when I get my surgery. Because like, you know, like
So we know that didn't happen. Jazz now this person losing weight, I don't know. That's why I don't think they were blocked at a young age. Jazz is metabolically unstable. So yeah, we know that certainly didn't happen. After surgery, Jazz ballooned up. And I'm going to tell you a more transparent story as to why I know that to be true.
pudgy. I'm so hungry right now. I haven't eaten anything all day.
Anything?
Nothing.
So
but
at that point, that is Jazz being an actual female because females do say, well, I didn't eat anything all day. And a lot of times you already had a bowl of cereal and like some popcorn or something. And we know Jazz been eating all day.
even if I did eat something, I would still be hungry. I literally have a problem. Sometimes I just eat a lot even if I'm full. It's like my mind is still hungry. The worst part is sometimes like I just don't even care that I'm fat because I look at it as my body as just like a vehicle rather than like who I am.
Okay, so I wanted y'all to hear. This is why I came back to say to this episode again, because I wanted y'all to hear that. I look at my body as a vehicle rather than who I am. Okay. Let me see if she offers more detail before I give a full analysis of what I believe that really means.
Cold rather than like who I am because
You don't see it as you. I wish Jazz was more self-confident because she seemed like she wasn't completely there with herself. When it comes to dysphoria, I'm hoping that the surgery will help that mind and body connect.
but I still
That
need to keep my body healthy so I can live longer.
Okay, so we kind of brushed past that. So the thing is, that's not how that works. Okay, first off, so for me, I would not give a person this surgery. Like, let's say I was down with this life, I wouldn't give a person that surgery until we understood what you just meant, with what you said there, because it's a whole different thing to say, I just don't like what I see, or I'm trying to live my truth, to saying I don't look at my body as my whole body as my own, is just like a vehicle. Like, wow, okay. So let's unpack that. What that really means is that Jazz, I think personally, it's not even about the transgenderism or whatever. I think it's about everything that goes around with it. Everything around it, with the narrative that was given, then going on the interviews and everything, the show, the ratings, everything is about living this reality life. We know reality television is not like that. Like, we know that they script reality TV. So it's like this person's living a scripted life. There's a lot that goes around what Jazz just said. It can't be just that, oh, because I don't have a quote vagina yet, that's why I don't feel like my whole body is mine. This is your body. So this is your body. This is already your body, regardless, right? So what if something happened? And these are questions that I think should be asked of these people. What if something happened where all surgeries were canceled for the next 5 years? Father God, don't ever let anything like that happen. But I mean, we came close with the pandemic. So what if something happened where that was the thing? So now you would live in this thinking of, well, this isn't my body and I got to hurry up and get this done, but you can't get it done. So this is why you have to be okay with yourself as a whole before you go and make that big decision, of a permanent decision of slicing and tucking in, and that's really, cavities, all of that. That's the reality of it. This surgery is not supposed to do what that other child just said. Oh, I hope after Jazz gets the surgery, Jazz will feel like, the body connected. That's not, it's not supposed to be that hard of a goal that the body's going to connect now because Jazz got the surgery. You know what I mean? Like when women get breast augmentation, it's not supposed to be in a sense like, this is going to make me happy when I do it. It has to be done in a way, because I'm not coming at anybody who does that, but it has to be done in a way where it's like, no, I love myself. I just want to kind of fix this part. That's all. But I do love myself. So I think you have to get to that point first before you just have the surgery then to get to that point. Because guess what? Like, even with the breast augmentations, there's a lot of women who they'll say like, oh, if I just go like a size up, I'll be happy. And then next thing you know, it's like 10 sizes up. Like it's extraordinary, right? So now we need to get to the root cause of why you don't love yourself now, and you still have your breast augmentation, right? So it goes to that too. With this surgery, it can't be, and it's not me making it up, because there's a lot of people who had the surgery and they still never feel like a woman. Okay, so that's not me making that up. I've actually heard people say that in interviews.
I want it to be a healthy vehicle.
Think of it as a produce truck rather than an ice cream truck. That was so corny. Do not enter.
It doesn't really matter.
Are you getting a charburger too?
I'll get the Charbuster, the bigger one.
Okay.
I definitely think that my eating habits are a real problem. My grandpa's like, every time he sees me eating unhealthy, he's like, you know what that's doing? The plaque is building up in your arteries and you're going to either have a stroke or a heart attack.
But it's not just that simple again with Jazz. It's not just about you're going to have a stroke or these kind of a heart attack, which is true, right? Jazz binge eating like this is not just, it's a shame. Jazz probably really thinks like, I just can't stop eating. And yeah, there's certainly a discipline that goes with that, but it's not just, having discipline and making the right choices. You are on medication that's making you hungry, and you're on hormone blocking situations that, and I have to be careful how to say these words, it's so annoying. That makes you hungry too. When you mess with the hormones, it can make you hungry and harder. It makes it harder to lose weight. So, and I do know this because like I had one of my ovaries removed, right? So I had an oophorectomy. Now I have the other ovary and, I still thank God, everything still works fine. But when that first happened, my body was not in homeostasis. It's the part of the surgery that nobody tells you, right? The after effect, not just the wound care. Okay. Like what's going to happen to you as a whole. So when that happened, my homeostasis, homeostasis is like the body balance. It took a while to adjust back because then I found myself it was hard for me to lose weight. Because I didn't know I had to eat a certain way. I had to work out a certain way. A lot of things changed. They don't talk to you about that. It's because the hormones were drastically shifted in my body. They declined drastically for that moment. And then the other ovary was going to have to, shift and work harder. So there's a lot of shifting that happens. And so now you end up you go through something. Okay. So you go through something. You're constantly hungry. I know that feeling. Carbs. And then the weight piled on quickly. I was having a serious hormonal imbalance. And it actually causes a bit of a depression too. Nobody really talks about it. So I had to look it up, buy books, everything. Then I figured it out because I was like, something's not adding up. And I know exactly when it started. So that's the part of the aftercare and there was another doctor who told me that I figured it out myself. So I was able to, and obviously other women have figured it out because there's books about this and everything. So I was able to take care of it a certain way. Now, if I'm gaining weight now, that's just me, being irresponsible and I'm trying to get back responsible. Okay. But that's the point. So Jazz might feel like, and no matter what I do at that point, no matter what I do, I'm still hungry. Like, what's wrong with me? But they don't talk about all the other variables. They never keep it real on the show, but they don't keep it real on the show because they want everybody to think that this is normal living. And we all know it's not, right? And that is the reality. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.